guys, it's Jess here. I have another 20-minute motivation for you on this Monday night. We are going to tackle paper pads. Now, I'm sure you're kind of like, all right, Jess, like, what do you do on paper pads? What can you do with paper pads? Obviously, besides use them and store them. So, we all store them kind of in different ways. My paper pad storage is in a Michael's Cube that has like those shelves on it, and I stand them up vertically. And so, which is wonderful. They don't curve, they don't bend. I really like storing them that way. I find it easier to access them if they're vertical versus horizontal. However, my one issue I have with that storage method is I don't know what I'm looking at until I pull it out a little bit. So, today's goal is something I've been putting off for a while and I haven't done it. I've been wanting to do it and I haven't done it. It's labeling the spines of these paper pads so that I know exactly what I have without having to pull it out. So, we're going to do that today in 20 minutes. So, I'm hoping you will join me and have your own item to tackle in this 20-minute motivation video today. If it's not paper pads, it can be anything you want to tackle. Just take 20 minutes and do something. Let's be productive for 20 minutes. That is the goal of this series, is to help give you that motivation and give you that little bit of a push to get something done. So, this is my item for tonight, and we're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to set the timer for 20 minutes. Now, I have not been so good at keeping to the 20 minutes these last couple of videos. However, the motivation has worked because I've sought through and completed both items, the items I have committed to tackling in that time. So, you don't have to stop at 20 minutes. You can keep going. That's kind of the whole purpose of this series, is to just get you started, get you that mojo that you need to complete something. So we're going to see if we can do this in 20 minutes. I feel pretty confident that we can. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started, and timer is on. So I have a ton of paper pads. I buy them on clearance typically, or I will get them. I love taking advantage of the Echo Park warehouse sales. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those or have ever had a chance to buy one, but they're or go and access their sales or their warehouse box sales. Amazing. So right now, it's nearing the end, I believe. They've just had another warehouse sale where you get deep discounts on paper pads and collection kits and so on and so forth. So that's typically when I buy my paper pads. Or if Michael's has the deal, like, I think they have deals like buy one, get two free, if I remember correctly. It's crazy, insane deals. Because I don't typically use paper pads often. I like the thicker pattern paper, but I love paper pads for a couple of reasons. One, they're beautiful. You get a lot of paper for little money if you buy them on sale. And they're great for layering, but my absolute favorite reason to buy paper pads is for fussy cutting. It's a great way to get a lot of embellishments if you pick the right paper for very little money. But this one, for example, they had that floral pattern. That's great for fussy cutting, those leaves. I did buy this one because I loved all the patterns in it, and I love fall, so I will use this for lots of things. But I often buy them so I can cut out the images and use them as die cuts or embellishments. So that is mainly why I like paper pads. However, I keep talking and we need to get started if we're going to meet the 20 minutes. So I have my spine right here, the glued part of the paper pad. I am going to take my Brother P-Touch labeler, and I'm going to punch in the name. So we have Jen Hadfield. I love her stuff. And this one's called Warm and Cozy. Perfect name. And then I'm just going to do a space. I am not going to, so this Brother P-Touch, if you print a label, it just gives a lot on either end. Such a wasted amount of tape that I've learned if you just space put one space in between each of your labels, you get a lot more for your money when it comes to the labels. Oh, and I have a pink striped label tape in here. I got on clearance. The label tape is kind of expensive for this Peach labor, so I got these on clearance. So it's not my standard white that I typically have, but so we're gonna have fun colors on the spines of these, but that's okay. All right, so that one's labeled. So this one's called Boutique Market. This is Craft Smart. I don't even remember where I got this one. Might have been a Michael's. Looks like it's something that's sold at Michael's. Oh. I like putting the names, the maker and the names on my product, just so I can give credit where credit's due, and if anybody wants to go buy it, I can easily reference who makes what. Oh yeah, see, these are some of the paper pads I've gotten on sale from Echo Park. Aren't those gorgeous? I love them so much. So pretty. How do you all store your paper pads? Do you do it horizontally, vertically? Do you take them apart and take all the papers out? I've heard some people doing that, which to me makes sense once you start, you know, getting down to very few pages left in the pad. But I don't know if I could, you know, take apart the whole thing. But you never know. Some, you know, whatever works for you, but I'm curious to hear. So if you comment below, how do you store your paper pads? I'm not sure that there's lots of ways, but maybe there's a creative way that I've never heard of. So I'd love to hear from you. And what I also want to know is, you know, are you a big fan of paper pads? Oh, I got this one on clearance somewhere else. Or are you, you know, do you buy a lot of paper pads? Do you use a lot of paper pads? Are you not, you know, a big paper pad fan? Like, you know, what's your thoughts on paper pads in general? I find them very versatile. Although, you know, you can get some that are thicker, like these Echo Park, the paper in them. It's only single-sided, so that is the big downfall, but they are thicker, higher quality paper. Oh, so I have to print this one out because my label is full. So with that being said, we'll label those ones on the spine, and then we'll move on. So I did the font kind of big on here, but that's so I can read it. I find, see what I mean by the pink stripe? It's not too bad. I thought it was going to be more obnoxious than it is, but okay. So we're going to trim these up, and we're going to get them on the paper pads that we already labeled. So, but in the beginning, I never bought paper pads because I was just like, oh, but they're not the heavy, you know, weighted paper that come with the regular kits, and I just really love that. But I found over time that it's just really a great buy, and there is so much you can do with them. I make my own rosettes as well, and I find that the lighter weight paper works, you know, as long as it's not too light, because it can, you know, they can rip very easily. The lighter weight paper works really well for the rosettes. Now, this Echo Park spine is a little on the tiny side, so my font's a little big, but it still works. I can still read it. There you have it. Oh, isn't that great? So now I can see exactly what it is on the shelf, and I'll have to pull it out. I don't know why I didn't think of this idea myself. I was watching some organization videos, and I'm trying to remember. I think it was it RTS? It might have been RTS that I saw this on. I love her, by the way. If you haven't checked her channel out, she's RTS, Record the Story. She's got so many wonderful ideas. I love her channel. And I think that's where I got this idea from, if I remember correctly. So thank you if that is the case. And I'm not sure why I waited so long to do this, because I'm constantly hauling out my pads of paper, and because I don't know what's what, because they all look the same basically when they're sitting up on the shelf. So there's the Craft Smart. Is that great? And the pink and blue stripe isn't so bad. I thought it was going to be more horrible, but you know, it's not bad. And what fun! The Brother P Touch Labor has come out with a lot of different like colorful tapes, and I think it would be so fun to get some of those and incorporate it into your scrapbooking. Like if you wanted to make your own like tiny word phrases, which you could definitely even just on the white, but how fun would it be on all these different colors of tape? I don't know, I just think it would be really great. Alright, so I have to go and clear this out, and we're ready to do 3 more. So this is one of the tasks that you would do, you know, if you're sitting down, maybe you're watching your favorite show or listening to your favorite playlist. I find that putting on like motivational music or high energy music, excuse me, really helps me get things done. That's another great way to be motivated. I was really motivated by this mainly just because I'm tired of not being able to find what I'm looking for half the time, or having to pull everything out. I really don't want to have to do that anymore. And so labeling is a really great way to eliminate that, I found anyway. Sometimes the name of the collection, you know, you still need to look at it, and I understand that too, but at least, you know, with some of these designers, you kind of know what to expect in what kind of look. Jen Hatfield is a really good example of that. Page Evans, Bloom Street. This collection was so pretty. Nope. Alright, hold on. I think we can just do Paige Evans on this. I don't need to do Pink Paisley as well. Alright. I haven't even dabbled into this collection, actually. But yeah, so labeling, I mean, if you kind of know what to expect, sorry, like sidetracked with my printing, you know, you don't have to pull the whole, you know, all of them out. You kind of can hone in on, you know, the look you're going for, the type of papers you're going for, just based on the designer. So I find labeling to be really helpful in cutting down time in searching for things. You know, I hate wasting my time searching for things. I like everything to have a place so I know exactly where to go, and I'm not spending time finding things, and I can spend more time, you know, creating. I'm like that and at my house too. Like, let's do a time check here. How are we doing? Oh, we got 9 minutes left, and I've been chatting away here. I've been moving slow, and I apologize. Let's see. In my regular household organization, I have a place for everything, and I try to make it very easy for my family to, you know, find things, and they are all totally not that way, and so things are constantly misplaced. Still, even with a dedicated space, it drives me bonkers because, you know, I'm totally type A, and you know, and none of them seem to have that same gene. Although my son, who's 4, seems to maybe have a little bits and pieces of that personality. Hopefully they'll come through as he gets older. With some things anyway. But putting stuff back, he struggles with. But he is only going to be 4, so I'll give him a get out of jail free card. I'll give him a little benefit of the doubt. But yeah, my husband and my stepdaughter, they struggle with putting things back where they go. And then they're constantly coming to me, where's this? Where's that? And I'm like, you know, did you put it back where the spot was? Like, that's why I have a dedicated space for everything set. So I'm not the go-to person, you know, that everybody's like, Where is it? And how did I get that title? Like, how did I get the title of the keeper of all things? Like, the locator of all things? How am I, like, the Sherlock Holmes of missing items at my house? Every time somebody needs something, they first come to me and they're like, honey, where is this? Do you know where this is? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't use it last. I have no idea where it is. I, don't keep track of where you put things that you use. Oh, it just cracks me up. I'm like, how did this happen? And it's probably because I am so organized that, and because I have a place for everything, I always appear to know where everything is. But that's not the case. I know where they're supposed to be, so that's where I go to find them. And if I'm the last one to use it, chances are the item is going to be there. Small tangent, I'm sorry about that, but is it the same way at your household? Are you the finder of all missing things? Or the knower of all where things are at your house? I'd love to hear. I have a feeling it's kind of a mom-wife thing. We just get we just know everything, right? That's the power of being a mom. Oh, goodness. It cracks me up. And sometimes I just, make guesses because I really don't know. And I'm like, well, have you checked here? Have you checked there? And, sometimes I get lucky and that's where it is because I kind of know their behaviors. But, yeah, one of my little pet peeves is that people that don't put things back where they belong. And I'm even guilty of it, and I get frustrated with myself. I'm like, Jess, you know better. Because you didn't put it back where it belonged, now you can't find it. So, if you want to stay organized... Oh, this one doesn't even have a name to the paper. Oh, there it is. Stay sweet. Perfect. Yeah, you gotta put things back where they go. I just hate pet peeve, I hate searching for things. And then the other thing I don't like, since we're on a tangent, let's talk about this too. Like, when family, or other people do put things back where they go. For example, like Tupperware or pots and pans, they stack them like it's a Jenga puzzle or like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And so when you go and open up, the cupboard, the thing you have to get is like it's all wobbly and like nothing's fit inside each other. It's gonna fall if you blow on it, Oh my gosh, I'm like, it takes 2 minutes, guys, maybe not even, maybe like 30 seconds to like stack things appropriately. Make sure the little pans go inside the big pans, right? Like, is it really that hard? Or, maybe it is, and it just comes easy to me. But I've always been puzzled by that. Why is it so hard to put away Tupperware and pots and pans correctly? I don't know. I digress, I guess. It's just, I'm thankful that they do take care of it and they do put it away. So I try to remain thankful for those things because I could live with people who don't put anything away. So I'm very lucky in that aspect. So I got to count my blessings, right? All right, we're making progress here. And what are you working on? What have you been doing with your 20-minute motivation? What have you started that you put off for a while? I'd love to hear. If you're kind of challenging yourself to get some stuff done. If these videos are helping, I would love to hear from you. I love hearing from you all and, all your crafty things you're accomplishing, all your organizing things you're accomplishing. I love it. I love the ideas, I love the support, and I love interacting with you all. So thank you for being such wonderful subscribers. You really make this a lot of fun for me. And I hope you have fun too with all these different challenges and videos and all the content on my channel in general. All right, we're getting there. We have 2.5 minutes left. We're almost there. See how fast 20 minutes goes? It just flies. It's really not a lot of time. Excuse me, my throat's a little dry. I've been talking too much. But I read this book a while ago, and I still have it. I got to revisit it again. I think I mentioned it in one of my other videos, called Atomic Habits. I actually have the book, and it's really great. I'll have to. I can't remember who it's by, so I'll put the link below in this video. But it's just basically simplistic terms. It tells you to take a goal you have and break it down into smaller steps, obtainable steps, and you'll achieve your goal. And I know, everybody's heard the term, you don't, what is that? Now I just drew a blank on the term. But, if you're running a marathon, you don't just wake up and run a marathon the next morning. It takes practice and time, and you got to keep going. It takes a lot of effort, and you're just not good right out the gate, right? You got to, go a little bit further each day. And the book kind of breaks that down, and it helps you find your why and find a way to make goals obtainable. Because it's easy to be, overwhelmed by the thought of this whole big project, like your craft room, for example. Like if your craft room is in complete disarray, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, it is so much to clean up. And you just want to close the door and walk away. It's taking that goal of having a clean and tidy craft room and breaking it down by, okay, start just by putting things in piles, like things in piles, so you can actually move into your room. And then step 2 is, all right, going in and taking one of those piles and, sorting and purging, keeping what you want, discarding what you don't, and then you take your time going through all those piles. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's the phrase I was looking for earlier. It takes time, and it takes steps. So figure out how, to make it work for you, and try not to feel overwhelmed. Break it down. Just really break it down. Oh, our time is up. 20 minutes is up, but we're almost done. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going until we finish it. So find a way to take whatever your goal is and breaking it down into smaller steps. And that's, kind of the goal here with the 20-minute motivators is to take small tasks that we can accomplish in 20 minutes or right around 20 minutes, and help you accomplish something. Like I've been trying to do this for so long. I've had this on my to-do list. And I just never have taken the time to just sit down and label all my paper pads. And so finally, here I am doing it. And it feels good. It feels good to get this done. And that's what I'm hoping these videos will do for you. So give you that little boost and motivation and confidence and help you chip away at those bigger goals, whatever they might be. The feeling you get after you accomplish something is just, there's nothing like it. So, especially something that's, been on your mind for a while and you just want to get it done. Those tasks that you like to avoid. If you can break it down and do bit by bit, it's definitely much easier to, see progress and can, talk yourself into, yeah, I can get this done. I can do this, especially if it's in, more manageable steps. All right, we got a couple left, and then what I do want to show you is what they look like on the shelf at the end. So once we get this all done, I'll take a picture and throw it in at the end of the video to so you guys can see it all said and done and all organized. But yeah, this feels great. I'm really loving these Mondays. They are helping me. I appreciate you guys support and listening and, you know, kind of rooting me on, and I hope you guys are doing the same. I hope you find this helpful. And I hope you're getting your tasks accomplished as well. And it's crazy, we're coming up on Halloween, and then right around the corner is Thanksgiving. So many things we have to get done. Wouldn't it be nice to not have to worry about, you know, cleaning and organizing your craft room, and instead you can just go in there and make your Christmas cards, and you'll know where everything is. How fun and how great would, what a peace of mind that would bring, I guess I should say. So October is the month to do it. October is the month to get organized, because then it gets busy. And then after you're busy, you know, prepping for, well, the holidays are probably going to be very different this year, but, you know, even if you have Thanksgiving dinner and it's just your family, you still got to cook and get all the groceries and, you know, and then it's decorating for Christmas and doing all the Christmas stuff. And, you know, after all the holidays done, who has the energy to go through and, like, clean? I mean, you have to do that with the rest of your house, and then you're not going to have any energy left for your craft room. You're just going to walk in and, like, close the door, and you're going to be like, nope, not today. So we're trying to get ahead of that, you know, by 20 minutes a week. Maybe more. Maybe you're taking this challenge up a notch, and you're doing 20 minutes a day. I think that would be fantastic. If you have, you know, big goals, what's 20 minutes a day? Gosh, we waste that just scrolling through social media. You can totally accomplish a lot of stuff in 20 minutes. So if you dedicated 20 minutes a day, just imagine at the end of a week how much you would have gotten done. The changes and the things you would accomplish. And if, you know, you have a lot of things to accomplish, write them down, make a list. I'm a huge fan of lists. I love pen and paper. You know, but if you like technology, of course, all the smartphones have a notepad or checklist. There's apps you could download for checklists and stuff. Whatever you need to do, you know, make a list and just slowly cross them off. There's nothing more satisfying, in my opinion, is just knowing that you've accomplished something. And that is it. I think we took about 23 minutes. We probably could have done it in 20 minutes if I wasn't talking so much. So hopefully it wasn't too chatty. I do like to talk, but thank you all very much for hanging on and joining me in this 20-minute Motivator video tonight. We got all our paper pads labeled. I am putting a photo in here right now so you can see what they look like on the shelf. I hope you find this helpful. I hope this motivates you to get something done in 20 minutes. And I will see you guys next Monday. Have a great night. Bye.